GM, couldn't have lined up any better. The Dog Bowl, we're off. And we're not even waiting for anything. We're not waiting for anything, and the countdown has begun. And it's all thanks to Lee 12-15-03, 1 for DBQ. And we are in that very DBQ with Lee 12-15-03, who's in here at the 5-hole. But good morning, everyone. Don't really have too much on last night's game other than my God, Travion Henderson looks legit. We'll see what happens when Ramondre comes back, but I just can't imagine that genie going back into that bottle. But Vrabel's going to Vrabel, so we'll see. It seems just like absolute coaching malpractice that they were unironically playing Terrell Jennings ahead of him. Just insane stuff. But finally, Henderson unleashed 3 touchdowns. Justin Fields looked great on that first scripted drive. Maybe if A.D. Mitchell decides he's interested in catching the football, the day goes a little differently for him. But we'll see. It could be the end of the line for old Justin Fields there. But we'll see if he has anything more this season. But yeah, just a Patriots route. Everything you could want from Henderson. May continued to look great. Joel, GM to you. Appreciate you coming in, hanging out. We're in here. Boy, I really want Jalen Warren. It's hard to, Trey McBride. It's hard to pass on Jamar Chase at the 7. So we're not going to get too fancy. I do like Trey McBride. I don't have much Jamar Chase because I've been taking Josh Jacobs every time in between the 2-hole and beyond if he's there. I realized I didn't put my light on. Give me 1 second. It's like super dim. Letting you all behind the curtain here. All right. It's a little better. Not great, but we work with what we got. But good morning, Joel. Appreciate you. Yeah, Chris, we got to jump. On things. There's no time to lose. It's Friday. It's the last drafts of the week. I'm winding down my last few dog bowls. But yeah, it's been fun. I really like the slate. I'm going to miss it. I like the slates where I feel like I have a big stand. This week, it's Josh Jacobs is my big stand, so we'll see how that goes. Yeah, GM to you, Chris. Appreciate you so much. Brian, GM, the second in the big PTP funding is bankroll for Dog Bowl. Hey, Brian the Goober, congrats. That is awesome. I did not do any PTPs last night, so I wish I can't easily pull them up, but congratulations. That's awesome. Good for, what was your scroll? Was it like Mechie that did? Obviously you would have had Henderson on that team. Oh, I guess it was the primetime, so it would have included the Monday game. Now, hold on. Let me make my pick here. We'll get back to that in 1 second. Man, Josh Allen here. You got to think Allen Chase is going to be kind of hard, right? I really like Nico Collins. I'm really into Nico this week, but I think this combo is going to be pretty rare. I don't know. Maybe I'm being fishy and I should just take my guys, but I kind of like this combo. This is going to be tough. But yeah, that is awesome. Chris says 8 straight wins. Hard to criticize. I know. And that's the thing, but this, yeah, they're winning. They could be winning by more. I don't know. But yeah, I know. It was effective, but it does feel like, benching Henderson or having him so far down the depth chart feels like kind of crazy now that we're seeing him. Yeah, I agree, Joel. Awesome stuff. GM Candles in the gang. Hey, GM to you, Greg. It's always tough to see the Patriots good again. Are we really going to do this for the next 20 years? Yeah. This can't keep happening to us. Right? GM, everyone. Hey, Steven, GM to you. Appreciate you so much for coming in, hanging out. I'll go over who's in the room. It's another very strong room here. Lee 12-15-03. My big stand is fading CMC, not because I want to. Haven't had the option to draft him since Monday. Okay, I'm with you. Jewish McCaffrey posted on Discord. He's been in 40 dog bowls and hasn't had 1.1. This is my, how many have I done? I've done 34, and I've gotten it once. I've gotten 1.1. And now you haven't gotten him either. So I'm with you. I don't know why. The RNG machine is on the fritz. It's on the fritz because I'm not getting them either. GM Hartman. Hey, GM to you. Appreciate you. I've seen a couple Josh Allen Chase, but it's rare. Yeah, I figure it's got to be pretty uncommon. So we'll see if we can't line the plane. For guys like Vrabel, it's about proving a point. Yeah, you got the Hardo coaching staffs do that with the rookies. All right, I feel like I got to not drop the baby here. I got to lock in. I'm going to pull the board up. I'm surprised to see Lamar Jackson in the third. What is nobody wants elite quarterback this week? Okay. I'm just surprised. I mean, I get not taking him in the first or early second, but at a certain point, like you can really separate there. I don't know. Maybe people don't like the matchup. I'm not super high on Lamar, but I would take him where Lee 12-15-03 just took him. That feels a little wild. Boy, another tough decision could be coming to us. So the decision would have been Judkins or Marks. Judkins, I think I would have really liked because that's going to be giga rare. Judkins was going earlier in the week. He's fallen. Allen, Judkins, Chase would have been pretty tough, but I don't think I pass on Woody Marks here. I'm pretty into that. So I really like to start Allen, Marks, Chase. You could argue maybe I dropped a little bit of the CLV with Marks being in the fourth early in the week, but he wasn't there that long. And I'm just very high on him. But the coach speak couldn't have been better, saying like there's no more rookies, like he's the guy. So I am into this. Chris Henderson tied Gronk for rookie touchdown, strong late season closer BBM. Yep. Yeah, I'm a little underweight on Hendo just because his price got super steamy towards the end. I'm assuming I'm well overweight in pre-draft stuff because I was like a rookie running back slappy, so I bet I have a ton of him there. But yeah, definitely seems like could be one of those late season league winner kind of guys. Terrence, you believe in I do believe in the Patriots, Terrence. I wish I didn't. I wish I could just tell you it's all a mirage, but I don't know, man. Drake May seems good. Yeah, 2 out of 82. So you're pacing well behind too. Between Jewish McCaffrey, yourself, and me, we've done 137 drafts, and we have 3 1.1s. Like, what's going on? What's going on? I've done 15 dog bowls and only 1 CMC. Who's getting all of them? Joe Cali, apparently. Joe, we can always blame Buster's, boys. He's a good scapegoat for these sort of things. Brian says it was Fields, Hendo, Jacobs, Mack, Hollins, Diggs, Mason, Taylor. Oh, nice. I was big on Mason Taylor. I thought Mason Taylor was in line for a big game, and he probably scored about 6 half PPR points or something around there, but that was enough, which is pretty nice. The Fields Mason Taylor stack good enough for second. That is awesome, man. But yeah, the Monday night game was kind of a dud, wasn't it? So that makes sense. You didn't really need, and it wasn't like Hunter Henry did a whole heck of a lot. All right, let's see. He was fine though, but oh my gosh. We got some options here. We got some options for sure. Boy, Ted McMillan's intriguing. I really like the QJ stuff. But part of me feels like no, I gotta go with my instincts here. I know Shakir's here, but he also like showed up weirdly late on the injury report. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go QJ on this one. I think that's fine. We'll see if anything avails itself in the other position. So we got Jamar Chase, Josh Allen, Woody Marks, and Quentin Johnston here. I do like the idea of the perimeter receivers picking on the Jags. I think that could be kind of fun. So we'll give old QJ a shot there. Let's see. Terrence concedes the Patriots are a solid team. Definite defense and O-line made of spare parts, and asking can they play from behind. They don't necessarily strike me as one of those teams that like can't play some catch up. Like they've got a lot of, I don't know. I feel like they have the weapons to where they can play from behind. That's not really something I'm concerned about. I guess we haven't had to see it too much yet, but I don't know. I'm bought in. I might not be the most reliable narrator. Shanzo Gonzo, GM weather report from Cleveland screams Judkins. You know what? I have not looked at the weather at all this week. So I'm assuming it's going to be cold and rainy. This is the vibe I'm getting. That's the vibe. Chris Burkle, 3 Hendo teams currently advancing. 3 within 40 points out of 14. Nice. Yeah, we're down to the end. Like advance rates are going to start solidifying. But yeah, you got to think 40 points you can make that up in a week. You definitely make it up in 2 weeks. If you have a huge week and whoever's ahead has a bad week, you certainly can make that up. Yeah, T-Bear with the A. You know what? You do need the contrarian opinions because we sometimes do get out over our skis. But just in this case, I think I'm already over the hill on my skis, and we'll see if I land. We'll see if we land the skis. Buster's boys taking DeMercado. He was the other guy I thought of taking here, because after that, running back 2 gets pretty sketchy. Gets into some pretty sketchy territory. One note I did want to bring up here is Dalton Schultz showed up on the injury report Thursday with like illness plus shoulder, I think, and didn't practice. Has me mildly concerned. To me, that's like a little odd. So I don't know. That to me does raise some level of concern. Nothing super alarming, but don't love to see that kind of midweek DNP. We'll see if anything comes of it, but he's a guy that I was taking and maybe I'm slightly cooler on than I was before. So we'll see. What does Lee 12-15-03 does? He takes Pitts. Got a little bit of a choice myself what to do. Son of Kong takes Musgrave. I'm gonna take Tyrone Tracy. I don't mind this that much with Dable leaving. I think I'm gonna just try a few Tracy shares. This feels a little like I had an amazing start and didn't necessarily land the plane as well as I could have. I like this more than going 3 wide receiver. Definitely could have taken Tez Johnson on the other side of Josh Allen. Theo Johnson I also like a bit with Jameis at QB, but I don't know. I don't hate the Tracy stuff this week as a running back too. You could argue I could have pushed Tracy to the last round. Then I'm kind of in Kareem Hunt or wide receiver territory. But there's enough tight ends. I guess I'm going to be taking the last tight end on the board, huh? Everyone to my left took a tight end. So we'll see what the room leaves me as far as the tight end scraps. I don't know. Maybe I did not play that super optimally because there's a chance Tracy would have come to me anyway. But I don't really think I want to have Tracy and Theo necessarily on the same team. If I did, I don't know. That feels semi-thin, but maybe in a dog bowl you can get away with it. Sean notes 22 mile an hour sustained, 32 mile an hour gusts. Ugh. Yep. That sounds like an NFC North game in November. So that tracks. 4 of 18 Hendo. Yeah, his advance rates can't be great, right? But they're going to be coming up. They probably look good today because he's the only, he's played an extra game, or at least he's played and other players haven't. But yeah, you didn't get much from him early. Morning chat and chat. Hey, morning Mythology. Appreciate you coming in, hanging out this morning. Let's see this guy take Colston Loveland here with Caleb. Actually, no, he already has a Doomsday. Some people don't like to double stack, so we'll see if that's what he does or not. I just kind of assumed that's where we were going. Chris, he takes the Fannin bet. All right. Chris G, GM. Hey, Chris G. Saying good morning over there to Mathology. Chris Burkle. One of my advancing teams has a 3% likelihood of advancing to BBMDB. Grain of salt generously applied. Well, you know, they're not the gospel, and I certainly hope they're not 100% accurate on that kind of stuff. So everyone's now scared of Dalton Schultz. With that said, I think I'm okay going to Loveland. I kind of like that. I could do Dawson Knox with Josh Allen, but I don't know. I could also take like Jonnu. Brenton Strange has been limited at practice. I don't know too much if he's going to play. With all that said, let's go to Loveland. We'll buy the rookie bump. So this team ends up being Josh Allen, Woody Marks, Tyrone Tracy, Jamar Chase, Quentin Johnson, and Colston Loveland there. So not too bad. We did have a pretty strong room. So let's see what they did. I'll start from the right. Chris G with Rashi Rice, Emeka Egbuka, DeAndre Swift, Wandale, Theo, and Jameis. So goes for the Giants double stack. I like that. I really like Wandale this week, especially with Slayton looking like he might be out. He's missed the last 2 practices with a hamstring injury. So I like this from Chris G. Going to get a fairly low on Winston. Kind of a fun double stack there. Tubins, Dowdle, Devontae, Mahomes, Kelsey, Sutton, Worthy. So just a four-man stack at the end of that game. Double stacking Worthy, Kelsey, Mahomes. I mean, it's pretty sweet you can get Worthy in the last round in a Mahomes stack. I mean, we have seen Kansas City flip-flop before. It has not been Worthy's turn in a while, but I think you could do a whole heck of a lot worse in the last round than a Worthy Mahomes stack. Let's see what Lee 12-15-03 did. Jacobs, Nico, Lamar Jackson, Khalil Shakir, Kyle Pitts, and Kareem Hunt. Yeah, Kareem Hunt was the other option I had between Tracy. I think this DeMercado, Tracy Hunt little triangle here, kind of the last feasible running backs in my opinion. If we look at who's left, you have the Seattle bets, which are pretty thin. You have Monungai if you're really feeling like you buy the hot hand stuff and maybe he gets hot and stays in. I have one share of Monungai I kind of wish was someone else. Don't know if I'll keep doing that. Tajay Spears, if you really want to get disgusting. Now, he does feel like he's carved out the pass catching role. We've seen him, capable of big plays, spike week stuff. To me, it's too thin. But if I saw someone draft him, I wouldn't say they were crazy and they're going to have like negative ownership. Don't try this at home. I'm not doing it with my money. I'm just saying some things I have considered but have not gotten to. Maybe if I was 150 maxing, might sprinkle in one of those, or if I was just felt like my draft needed something desperate. All right, so let's see what Gunnar Ross did. Bijan, Derrick Henry, Oronde Gadsden, Juwan Jennings, Troy Franklin, and J.J. McCarthy. So he got stuck with the last quarterback on the board, but still chose not to do Nix Franklin, instead going with the unstacked McCarthy. So interesting there. Seen a lot of unstacked QB meta. J.J. McCarthy, we know, has some rushing upside. Maybe a little bit of leverage off of the Franklin Nix double tap at the end. So interesting little bit of game theory there from Gunnar Ross. Buster's boys, what does he do? Puka, Kittle, Travis Etienne, Matt Stafford, so doesn't risk Stafford around the corner. Then goes DeMercado, Rashid Shaheed. Makes a lot of sense. We didn't see much from Shaheed last week, but they didn't need him. So I don't mind that he's kind of a forgotten man in the last round. So pretty fun board, pretty fun team. I'm going to hop into, let me update the timestamp. Let me do that. And then we'll, while I'm doing that, if you all can like and sub, that would be fantastic. Try to get the like numbers a little higher here. DBQ1. All right, I'll hop into another. We'll see where it's at. If it's nowhere on cycle, I'll do a, waiting for 10. Good God. Okay. I'll join a main BR and then we'll check where that is. All right. So we'll join a BR here. Waiting for 1. 1950 BR1. All right, so we'll shift gears for a moment. We'll go back to the dog bowls. I know folks like those. And we'll see how we're doing. That Hendo game temporarily pushed me ahead of some. Yeah, you're going to have those move. Man, I'm way behind in chat here. GM, happy Friday. Hey, GM to you. Smooth Criminal. Appreciate you so much coming in. Happy Friday to you. Hope you're having a great day. It temporarily pushed me ahead of some guy against damn Chad Candles in the Great Dane too. Oh my God. Well, you know, I can't say, I normally say I'm rooting for you and I mean it. If I said it there, I would not mean it. So you know what? I hope we finish 1 and 2 in the pod. I hope we finish 1 and 2 in the pod, but if it's only one of us, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Crutches already had an average advance with him now, 7 of 28. Oh, nice. But a lot within 50. Yeah. Yeah, if you have 7 of 28, that's pretty good, because I imagine he's going to have a fairly low, or at least like, or how good he's going to be, or at least project to be in the playoffs. Like he's going to have a fairly low advance rate compared to some other guys, I think. You're not late to the party, Go AZ Cards. I'd argue the party actually didn't start till you got here. So I appreciate you starting the party. White didn't fall to you. That's a shame. I don't take, you mean Rashad White? This is not a Rashad White channel, Go AZ Cards. Lisa, Elite 12, 1503, going to catch the rest later. Got to get the kids to school. Good luck, and may the RNG gods turn it in our favor. I agree. Me, you, and Jewish McCaffrey deserve some more 101s, but appreciate you, Lee. Have a good one. I'll catch you later. Greg, feels bad to hear Tracy's name associated with the other two. Yeah, I don't love the Tracy stuff, but I don't know. I see the vision. I do think he's going to get a little more work, but you never know. Could get less work. 32 of 134 Hendo teams advancing. We've only just begun. Cincinnati next week. Oh my God, I didn't even know they were playing the Bengals next week. Okay, so we see Baker at 3. That's fun. You all know I love Jacobs, but I'll probably scoop JSN and try to get JSN Jacobs, which I think would be awesome. But we'll see. I would rather have that than JSN Puka, even if that's more rare. Oh, McBride goes, all right, we get our guy. So we've got JSN Jacobs. That's pretty sweet. I've been looking for that combo for a while. Just let the kids in front of the screen and chat educate them on leverage, statistics, and observation. Oh my God. Yeah, my kiddo, he's obsessed with watching bowling. He gets his like hour of TV and he just wants to watch bowling. I don't think he would want to watch this stream, but we'll see. If I'm ever drafting on my phone, though, I don't try to use my phone much in front of him, but if I do, he's always trying to. He likes seeing all the colors, so I sort the I'll like sort by position, and he'll be like purple, and then I'll be like green. It's very cute. So he helps me draft sometimes. GM to you, Jake. Hey, appreciate you, Mr. Binninger. Hey, and also great stuff on the bash last night. Did a great job there with Pete. So it was cool to see you on stream there, Jake. Chris G, he wants 9. The player 9. Our friend McCarthy. Yeah, good luck to you, from Mathology towards Chad Matchkey. Danny064, appreciate you. Good morning. Good morning to you. Yeah, Pierce, your BBM bags welcome Purdy and Pearsall, says Go AZ Cards. I know. We need that. We need that so bad. This is a wild room, by the way. This is one of those, if it actually like won, people would get mad if I got Josh Allen there. If you had Jacobs, JSN, Allen, people would be like, cancel the draft. But I'll just take Ibuka here at pick 17. Seems good. All right, so this is crazy because we're probably going to get Kittle here unless this guy goes double tight end. Please don't go double tight end. You never know what people are doing. If he takes Kittle, then we have to decide, do we want a running back? Do we want to do receiver? How would we land the proverbial plane? We got a little boxed out at the truly elite running back after Jacobs. Gosh darn it, he went double tight end. Why? Oh my God, that's so annoying. It's just so bad. So bad. Phooey. I was really excited to get Kittle there. That would have been been an absolute smash. I guess I'll take Lamar. We'll just say that we get the separating quarterback. I don't love Lamar this week, but I think in this case, where we're trying to soak up the ADP value, I'm going to take him. That was a big bummer. That would have been an awesome team. 4 of us can qualify. Oh, okay. So that's great. We'll get there. You can go ahead of me. I don't care what order I finish as long as I'm top 4. Oh, AZ Mountain Man. First of all, good morning to you. I did not realize they removed the Engage 8. I like that one. That's a great little tournament there. You were nervous about what? Oh, on the stream? Yeah. No, I agree. It's but you did a great job. You absolutely did a great job. It's hard not to be nervous, like when you're in front of like a lot of people and talking to Pete. But yeah, you absolutely did a great job, Jake. GM, hey, Offsuit TV, GM to you. Appreciate you coming in. Steven asks, are you playing Purdy this week? Yes, I'm playing a lot of Purdy. I was taking him a lot in early dog bowls. I think he's probably my highest drafted quarterback, but I can check that after. Terrence, I'm on the phone with Numi. Might as well push the plane. Yeah. If I had gotten Kittle there, I think there would have been some integrity issues. Yeah, I know, Offsuit. I know. It's my fault for even suggesting it. Boy, Chase Brown, Vidal. I think I'll do the Vidal thing. Chase Brown is fine as well. I think these are both good options. And then I'll just end the team with I think I'll just end the team with Mark Andrews. Because this guy can't take a third tight end, although I'm sure he would if he could. He would just have no quarterbacks. He'd go 4 tight ends. He'd go 14 personnel. But yeah. Yeah, Brian the Goober getting flashbacks here. Oh my god. For those who don't know, Brian the Goober was denied a dog bowl seat by some dingbat going double tight end in a hopeless team. He would have shipped a seat. So Brian sympathizes, but yeah, my god, what are people doing? Brad 0616 BR Integrity Defender. Yeah, this guy said, well, I'm not gonna win anything, but neither are you. Lutz, hey, GM to you. Lutz, appreciate you coming in, hanging out. Because, yeah, I could have made a Kittle Purdy team. You hate to see it. But you know what? This team ends up being JSN, Jacobs, Igbuka, Lamar Jackson, Kamini, Vidal, and Mark Andrews. Let's see what Mr. Worth did. Chase, London, Jefferson goes triple elite receiver. And then Gadsden, Herbert followed up with Henry. Yeah, I mean, that's a pretty nice team there. A lot of this made possible by the wonky Baker pick at pick 3, but then they didn't do anything weird. So I think they're okay. Hey, Pat Moore Poker, GM to you. Appreciate you. By the way, for those of you who don't know, Pat Moore Poker streams on the Fantasy Sharps channel, Sharps spelled with a Z. You should absolutely tune into those. Pat rips some dog bowls and does a great job. So please sub to my man Pat's stuff. He definitely deserves it. So Pat, appreciate you coming in, hanging out today. One of the sharper drafters who's willing to go on stream and show their cards a bit. So appreciate you out there, Pat, in the streaming streets. All right, let's see. What's the dog bowl at? It was waiting for 10 last time. I'm gonna guess it's waiting for 6. When you're good, you're good. All right. Well, I'll sit in this one. Update the timestamp. I think we generally can get the ball rolling on the Bills and these when we're at this point. So, all right, we'll put that up. Offsuit says, when you first pick Baker into a Steelers triple, you got to do it. Yeah, appreciate it. Absolutely. I mean, there has to be a strong correlation between the between Baker Mayfield and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Just, I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't like to criticize what people are doing, but sometimes things just truly I think are not correct. Yeah, of course, Pat. I appreciate that. All right, waiting for 1. If anyone wants to get in, also, If you haven't liked and sub, we're trying to get to 400. We're trying to get to 400 subs. So hopefully we can get there. We're still waiting for one in this one. Just other injury notes. This doesn't affect this slate, but if you play fantasy and you have Sam Laporta, he's gone DNP. So I would be at least considering the possibility you might need a backup tight end this week. So just something to note. Being that he plays in one of the primetime games, you might have to make that decision before you know anything. I guess we'll find out today if he practices. If he's a game time decision, you're going to have to make a choice. But just one of the other injury things to keep an eye on there. All right, so we got another room of friends and family. We got T-Bear, Mr. Terrence here at the 1. The RNG God said no to me. I'm at the 3. We got Goods at the 4, Crutches at the 5, Pat Moore at the 6, Mr. Worth at the 7. Got Hotsy Sauce, Karuk, Peter Overzet, the man himself, at the 11. So this is gonna be another tough room. This is gonna be another very tough room, but we'll see what we will see what is in store for us here. All right, CMC goes at the 1 predictably. Let's see what Joe does. Yeah. Go AC Cards. Pete trying to get in this early morning soft room. Yeah, no. he ran into a tough room. I will say that. But the morning rooms, even if I'm not on stream, are tough. They're very tough. All right, JSN goes, I'm going to live my truth and do my Jacobs bit. Again, this entire week will come down to Josh Jacobs for me. I said I was going to look at my QB exposure real quick. We'll hop back to the draft. Yeah, Purdy. So these are my exposures. It's pretty flat after Purdy. Purdy, Caleb, Baker, Allen. Nothing really sticking out. More focused on stacks. But I was getting Brock Purdy when he was like the free last round guy. Now he's going in the 5th a lot. So you no longer can just like push him to the very end. The difference between the 5th and 6th round is generally fairly light, but it's just something to note if you're planning on stacking him and you think you can push him, because he is going to be somewhat low owned. So you do see people just take him unstacked now because they think they're getting an ownership discount. And also I think he's in a good matchup too. So. Hey, Artillery Frost, GM to you. Appreciate you coming in and hanging out. Yeah, this was the most standard start you can have with these 7. And then after these 7, it's a little bit of a choose your own adventure. Typically it's Jacobs at the 6, McBride at the 7. This only went different because I pulled Jacobs in. And I'm pretty sure Crutches has Bijan as his 1.2, if I'm not mistaken. So he gets a little bit of a discount there. And we're off. I guess, Chad, is Purdy a good pick in the 6-man contest? Yeah, I think so. I absolutely think so. I feel like any of those pocket passers outside of the top 6 drafted are great picks, because like you're going to get a big ownership discount. And we've seen Purdy have those spike weeks. I mean, we've seen Purdy get there like on high efficiency. He doesn't need to throw 50 times to get there. And he's easily stackable. Jennings is free in the 6s. If you have a read on Ricky Pearsall, I'm personally not getting to Pearsall because I'm afraid they're not going to play him enough, but he's also free. Maybe we get a little more word on how much he's going to play, but it sounds like he's back. You can stack him with Kittle. You can stack him with CMC. Like I could see his ownership rising because he's easy to stack and he's pretty fun. But early in the contest, no one was really taking him. Mike Robb asks, were you planning on DBQ content while out in KC? Could be a good bump in views with all the sweaty people. I don't know what my streaming schedule will be that week, just because I'm traveling with family. So I will stay tuned. I don't want to go completely radio silent. So I will figure out what makes the most sense. I also feel like the 12-person like practice contests are going to be really weird because people aren't going to want to like tip their hand. So I don't know, like, I don't know. I don't know what people are going to want to see, but I will do something. I just haven't hammered out exactly what that's going to be yet. Purdy was drafted pretty highly often last year. Yeah. Yeah, no, I think he's a perfectly fine pick in the sixes. I'm into that. All right, let's see. So Peter Overzet, he goes Cook, Chase, Brown. I like that start. I really like Cook at pick 11. I will never get a Dowdle Cook team. I've seen a couple of them, and it never happened to me, but that was kind of my like dream from the right side of the board. You know, it's a pretty mundane dream as far as dreams go in life, but I did want that. It hasn't not going to happen. We have two people going receiver. So again, you saw a lot of receiver on the right side of the board, especially the 12. Like if you've been watching, a lot of 12s go receiver, and then try to figure that out. This room might be too sweaty to end up with like a Wood or Vidal or Harvey, but we'll see. You never know. Your mileage may vary depending on I meant Woody when I said Wood. Your mileage may vary on that, but those were all guys you could have gotten at the right side of the board that have now since evaporated. Uh-oh. Oh, I have the wrong mic. Tell me if this sounds better. So I think we'll see. I'm going to take Kittle here. I really do like Kittle this week. So let's do a Kittle team. I'll pull the board back up. It's worse. The mic got worse. Okay. Better now. Okay. I would assume people want to see the draft board and hearing from the competition and seeing if your R2D2 microphone makes the trip. I need a new mic. I need to win the Dog Bowl so I can get a better microphone. Yeah, the Beavis. Oh God. Yeah. Well, this is a family show. Go AZ Carts. It's a family show. All right, let's see what we can do. What does Joe Collie let me do here? It's weird that I prefer Marks to these other guys. Or Wood, we'll just call him. I'll take Wood here. That's worse. We'll just say Woody. All right, we'll grab Woody. So we got Jacobs, Woody, Marks, and George Kittle. Yeah, I like this. This was a little bit of a fall on Ladd. I did consider scooping the value on that, but this room is going to be so sweaty. Looking at the ADPs, look at this gap. I don't take Rachaad White. I'm just like anti Rachaad White. So one Swift goes at 33. The next line is DeMercado at 59. So it's pretty Jover. God forbid I get a value. Crutches, I tried to leave you, Ladd. You almost got a value. You almost did. Not to be though. Goods, you can blame him. He hangs out in here. We'll see if he's in here. Puka, Vidal, Ladd. You have Gadsden though. Oh, let's see. Let's see what happens with Justin Herbert. What's his ADP? Oh, 32. Okay. I don't know why I thought he was in the 40s. So this double stack seems unlikely to be completed, but you never know. Yeah, a string of running backs goes. We have Judkins, Harvey, Swift, and now the only running back is Rachaad White between there and just the infinite sadness at the end of the board. So I agree with how Pete built. I'm not just sucking up to Pete. I think early in the week you could get away with receiver. I don't like it as much now, but I'm also kind of higher on the later receivers than maybe some other people are. At least getting one running back out of here seems good because, man, it gets pretty dicey. So there goes Herbert unstacked. The unstacked meta is sweeping the nation. We'll see if he plans to take like a QJ or anything, or if that's just jamming projection. Yeah, goods. Apologize to Crutches there. We're all sitting next to each other. You have to be nice. You can't just Just steal pencils from your neighbor. My family says what. All right, go AZ Cards. Well, we'll put that to the test because we'll see them over in KC. Although actually I can't remember who you're bringing, but hopefully everyone's on good behavior. All right, the 12 hole did take Rashad White, so Pete goes Cook, Chase Brown, Zay Flowers, and Tet McMillan. Makes sense over there. We'll see if this is a QJ pick or if Kruk leaves Herbert unstacked. Curious how that goes. Let's see. He takes Romo Dunze. Okay, so Herbert will not be stacked on that team. I just want to look ahead to what is going to be available to me. A few decent options, huh? Don't mind this. Shakir goes at 41. Shakir's an odd duck lately. Shakir I took at 72 or 71 in another draft because he missed practice, or he cropped up with some new injury and he went full practice limited, I think, which is always a little sketchy. So I don't know if that spooked people. We'll see. I haven't heard anything new on that. Go AZ Cards. Agree. Right side was nice, getting two great running backs at the 3-4. Woody Jones, even Vidal Swift. Yeah, I agree. The right side was kind of nice early in the week. And that's pretty much all gone. That's pretty much all gone there. All right, let's see. Let's see what the room hands to us. There's a few good receivers. Jordan Addison goes. What does Goods do here? Curious. He takes Travis Kelce. I think I'm just going to take Jennings and pray to God that Joe Cali doesn't take Brock Purdy. I would be more worried if Joe Cali was the CMC drafter, but T-Bear already has a quarterback, so he can't decide to do the Purdy bit. This would be really annoying, though. But we have seen really annoying things happen in our life before, so we'll see what he does. If he does take Purdy, then I think we just jam one of these receivers at this point, and just say we're in unstacked QB land. So hopefully we get that, but you never know. Joe, just take Darnold at pick 71. Don't do me like that. Let's see. Go AZ Cards. Pretty sure if McBride smashes one of those early right side drafts, we'll win with RBs in the 3-4. Yeah, it's possible if McBride is the separator. All right, we're just gonna not muck around and we'll grab Purdy here. So we get the Purdy double. We got Purdy, Jennings, Kittle. I like that. Even if Pearsall is back, I don't mind that. I'm a little skeptical that Pearsall just jumps back into the full snap share role. I do have some concern that the Cardinals down MHJ don't keep it super competitive, so Purdy might not have to do a lot. But again, I'm trusting Purdy getting there on low volume. We've seen that before, so I think there's a couple outs. Tyrone Tracy goes at 52 to Goods, which makes me feel better about Tracy in that last draft, because we know Goods is a sharp drafter. So if he's taking Tracy there, it can only be so bad. All right, so we can start reviewing some teams. We got T-Bear goes CMC, Higgins, Lamar Jackson. He decides for one of the Seattle running backs versus the other options that we talked about, the Hunts, the Tracys, and then Mark Andrews to stack with Lamar Jackson. Yeah, can't say I mind Ken Walker there at that low ownership. Goods here. He goes Puka, Vidal, Ladd, Kelsey, Tracy. So he pushes quarterback to the bitter end, as does Crutches. Crutches going Bijan, Aaron Jones, Oronde Gadsden, Jordan Addison, and Romeo Dobbs. So not a bad place to be in. Got a lot of different options he can go to with his last round quarterback. Pat Moore, 6'9". Wow. Pat Moore, 9'6'7". Jamar Chase, Devontae Adams, Quinshon Judkins, Matt Stafford, and Theodore Johnson. So he gets a Stafford Adams connection. Adams had an early week, injury worries. That's all gone. He didn't really move that much. You were never really getting a big injury discount, but maybe a couple spots here and there. Can I interest you in a Dortch or Weaver bring back? I'd be lying if I didn't say Greg Dortch crossed my mind. But man, I don't know. I don't know if I can really click Dortch. I feel like that's pretty tough. I don't know what his, off the top, what his, I assume he's running most of the routes. Gosh. I'm trying to look something up on the fly here. I don't know if I can really click Dortch here. It feels so thin. Let's see, last week. Last week, Greg Dortch ran 39% of the routes. Not great. Not great. Now, obviously, Marvin Harrison's going to be there. He had 0 targets. I can't do it, man. I can't do it. I'd rather click Wilson because at least I know he's there. But I think Wilson stinks. I'd rather take one of these other guys that has a pulse. There's two receivers are going to get drafted, or at least one, possibly 2 receivers, and I see on this page I literally prefer Sutton, Washington, Tez, and Worthy and Franklin over him. I just forcing to bring back, I think it's bad. Michael Wilson, dear God, I don't know. But then part of me is well, maybe you're overthinking it, dingbat. He is going to be the wide receiver 1. And he's going unowned. So I don't know. But it wouldn't be Dortch for me. I just don't think it'd be Dortch. So Keon Coleman goes to Hot Z Sauce, which is the Josh Allen drafter. Let's see what Pat Moore does. Does he take a running back or receiver here? I'm assuming... Oh, so he takes Michael Wilson. Okay, well, that's very interesting. Again, we know Pat Moore knows what he's doing, so maybe I should be more keen on that. And now what am I doing? I think I just take Sutton. And yeah, Justin, first of all, good morning. Yeah, I know McBride is wide receiver 1. I think I'm just going to take Cortland Sutton here. I think it's... The other picks are fine, but those Sutton squeaky wheel games can be slate breakers. So I'm not going to get cute with the scroll. This team ends up being Jacobs, Kittle, Woody Marks, Juwan Jennings, Brock Purdy, and Cortland Sutton. I just didn't feel the need to get too crazy there with my last pick. Yeah, go easy cards. You need Arizona to be competitive for your SF shares. Look for the fantasy output for Seattle blowing out AZ. No, I agree. I do need Arizona to show some life. 100%. 100%. So I was slowly getting to Wilson, and then Pat Moore pushed me over the edge. To be honest, I probably still would have taken Sutton and then drafted Sutton and then been I should have taken Wilson. I think that's probably what would have happened. But, maybe if I have another Purdy stack, I am more into that. We didn't get the appendicitis news till kind of late. Right? We didn't learn that till yesterday, or was it the day before? So I don't know. T-Bear, he ends his team with Worthy. I think that's a perfectly fine last click. Crutches, he ends the team with J.J. McCarthy. That's where I assumed you were going with Addison and Jones, although I would have been interested to see who you took between Love and McCarthy there with Love and Dobbs. I was actually thinking you were going to take Love, but J-Dubs took Love there to pair with Watson. That makes sense. Pat Moore, he as noted, he ended his team with Michael Wilson. Karuk, he takes Kareem Hunt. So we've seen Chad Matchkey take Hunt in the last round. We've seen Karuk take Hunt in the last round. I think Hunt could be certified good pick if you need a running back at the end. Pete ends his team with the Firemouth Aaron Rodgers pick. So the tight end roulette in Pittsburgh can't can't say that's a bad idea. Can't say that's a bad idea. It's going to be tough to pick between Jonnu and Firemuth, but can't really critique that too much because we know what tight ends can do. Highest team total on the slate, so getting a quarterback tight end there makes a ton of sense. And we do see Ricky Pearsall drafted in this draft at pick 61. So Artillery Frost says part of the reason Seattle didn't put up a lot of points was the whole game script was weird. The whole game script was weird there. Crutches, JJMC, a tier above Love, but was the backup. Yeah, well, when you were in that position, I was thinking like you were in a good spot because you had multiple options, and most people to your right had taken quarterbacks. Like it was unlikely Love and McCarthy were going to go. Artillery Frost, is Dort a viable? I assume you mean Dortch. I'm not, but Go AZ Cards the has his finger on the Cardinals' pulse was touting him, so I might defer to him. Flyfish, didn't know I was slap drafting Travion Henderson because his comp was Najee Harris. I don't feel like I ever heard that comp, Flyfish. I don't feel like I got the Najee Harris vibe among the community from Travion. I think, but he definitely was a slappy pick. That is for sure. Travion was an extreme slappy pick. What player are we all overlooking that could smash? So let's say who went undrafted. Who could smash? The Tyler Algier 3-touchdown game, tilting the hell out of everybody. The hot hand Kyle Monungai. Zach Charbonnet, King Vulture. Let's see, wide receiver. Who could smash? There's a few of these. I mean, Rashid Shaheed goes undrafted in most of these. 4 receptions for 180 yards and 2 touchdowns. Troy Franklin, Tez Johnson. I mean, these are fun clicks. I've been taking both of those guys. Jalen Naylor, bailout game. Let's see, tight end. Who are we overlooking? Isaiah Likely. I was out on him earlier. I've kind of warmed to him, especially Bateman. He missed practice again. We could see more tight end usage. Could just be Likely week at like negative ownership. I've been taking some Luke Musgrave. I like Luke Musgrave. Again, a weird game script, but ran a ton of routes. I like him. A lot of clickable names. Noah Fant. We all know Liam's going to get there, guys. And Liam's a big Noah Fant booster. So fade Noah Fant at your own risk. No ADP. No ADP on Noah Fant. You could be the only one to take him in this. If you're a man of courage and conviction. Quarterback. Yeah, Flacco going undrafted. We've seen it from Flacco. Caleb going undrafted. Yeah, there's a bunch of names here, but I wouldn't call them overlooked because they do get drafted in stacks. I honestly don't have an overlooked quarterback that I will put a stamp on that because I feel like these guys are all kind of looked at. All right, that's where I'm at. Oh my gosh, I missed chat here. You know what? Let me hop into one more. Why not? I think people like the dog bowl. Waiting for 7. All right, I'll hop into this. If this doesn't move, I'll get into a BR. Well, let me catch back up with chat here. Yeah. No. I figured you meant Dorch. Chris loves looking at my draft and seeing my almost all my JT teams were 3rd round picks. Oh my god. Wow, this filled. Okay. I'm just getting bum hunted. This is brutal. And I got the 2. I can't get the 1. And Kevin, of all people, Kevin gets the 1. The boomers just keep on winning. T-Law going at 5% or less. Yeah. I didn't even scroll far enough to see Trevor Lawrence. Good shout there. Yeah, don't mind that. Travion 22 miles an hour. Yeah, I don't even think Najee. I don't think Najee's driven a car 22 miles an hour. He's not capable of going fast. I'm being facetious. His stat line from last night was oh, okay. Sorry, Flyfish. Sometimes the context gets lost in the chat. I assumed you. Yeah, I should have assumed because I don't think anyone was saying that. Could be drafted, but okay, yeah. Yoshi Vaz. Oh god. All right. This is my best ball bags. I have a weird amount of Yoshi Boss because I'm like, at least he'll be playing. Yeah. Most likely wide receiver. I missed what that was attached to. Never trust fantasy advice from a guy from a team about their fans. I'm just going to take Josh Jacobs. I'm not lying to you guys. Yes and no. It depends on the person. Some people are very good at being objective about their own team. Some people are not. I think, if anything, I tend bearish on my players. Like, I think the Dolphins stink, and I generally think the ASU guys stink, which is why Scatabo, when I was like a raging bull, actually meant something to me, because I'm like, oh, this ASU player sucks. But yeah, no, I think it depends on the source. Artillery Frost, Troy Franklin and Tez Johnson have extreme Spider-Man point. Yep. They both go around the same. They're both bringbacks to quarterbacks that we that are 100% owned. They're very similar picks at the end of the sport. This is the type of week guys who have underperformed to pop up. I hope so, Terrence, because I took Cortland Sutton with my last pick there. Cooper Kupp revenge week. Oh no, I didn't even consider that. Sit down, Shahid. It's Cooper Kupp week. It is Cooper Kupp week. Unless that fan is Dirty P telling you to fade Worthy. Yeah, the Worthy stuff's a little sad. Oh, let me get the board up so you can see what's going on here. Trey McBride at the 5. Trey McBride at the 5. No crutches in this room. No crutches in this room. We've got Kevin at the 1, myself at the 2, Goods at the 3, Pat Moore at the 7, Mr. Worth at the 8, Buster's Boy and Patrick Barnes at the 11 and 12. K-Walk and Worthy, big week incoming. Yeah, I mean, if you think it's a good Ken Walker week, this is a very good week to go big on the Dog Bowl, because he is not drafted in most of these. I mean, you will truly get a very low owned sorry, like super uncomfortable. A very low owned Ken Walker. In the worst matchups, perfect cover. Yeah, it's just so annoying. But yeah, you get it. There's nothing wrong with taking those, like, explosive play guys. You just have to know what you're getting into. Definitely not the guy we were drafting in BBMs. I'll say that, because I have a fair amount of Ken Walker I wish was not. Come to think of it, team fans are usually sharp on the fades. Just got to be careful of the team fan hype. Yeah, I agree. Again, you can usually tell, like, when what you're getting from, like, a fan of a team. Kevin, Chad Candle's my old arch nemesis. We meet again. Likewise, Kevin. Good luck there. Good luck from the 1 hole. Kevin learned about the Brain Trust team yesterday. I know. The Pete's Bash team. Pete's Bash team is the one that Artillery Frost, Purple Yosh, myself, Willis, and I apologize to the other 2 who were on it. We each made 3 picks, and it is like in the top 600, I think, in BBM. It is an absolute wagon. Mike Robb, you guys are out there hating on Najee's speed. Go to the Golden Corral and watch him move when they say brisket's ready. Easy 25 miles. Yeah, they should have run the combine out of the Golden Corral, Indianapolis, and could have gone even higher. Pat Moore Poker, the 2 is such a slap in the face. It really is, because it's such a flat tier. To me, Jacobs to McBride is like super flat. So I agree. And then you just get like kind of worse picks towards the end. The only thing is if I'm taking Jacobs, I'd rather have the 2 than like the 6, because I kind of like this turn. And sometimes by around pick 30, it can get weird. It just depends on the room. Candles is so big now he's earned a nemesis. This is false, Chris. Kevin was my nemesis when my streams got 4 views, and it was just Kevin making fun of me. So don't worry. He's a long time. He's like the Lex Luthor of the channel. Go AZ Cards. I fall under the he blows hot air about his team category. So you are not the reliable narrator touting Greg Dortch. I'm shocked. Yeah, Brian, I also think my team stinks. Yeah. So when you're excited about a Giant, that's a good indicator. Like, if you're actually overcoming that natural bias, like my team stinks, it's something to listen to. So I'm with you. Star Tours and Andrew. Okay, yep. Yeah. So yeah, super fun team there. That was the last BBM Bash team that Pete did at the very end of summer. All right, we're coming around though. Time to lock in. What do we want to do? We will definitely have a good choice of running back here, which honestly, like, man, the team's taking receiver here. Pretty nice if you get like a Jamar Chase and 2 of these running backs. I have to say that feels pretty good. Do we do Lad and a running back? Do we take the running back we want? Do we just make it T. Higgins week? Now, what am I doing? I think we just take Lad. I think I just take Lad here. These running backs are so darn flat. I'm pretty okay with whatever. Kevin doesn't even have to take one. I think I'm okay with any of these guys. We were the other 2 people. Did I miss? I don't think I missed myself. All right, so Kevin goes Higgins and Aaron Jones. I really think I'm just going to go back to this Woody Marks rookie breakout game. Yes, I could do Etienne opposite Lad. No, I don't think I need to do that. Again, I think that's just game stacking for the sake of game stacking. I'm going to have a lot of Jacobs Marks teams. We'll see how that goes. But, maybe losing a little bit to Jacobs Marks teams that have got Jacobs at the 6 and Marks in the 4th rather than the early 3rd. But, can't really do too much about that. Can't avoid guys that we're into because someone may have gotten them better on a Monday. I don't think that's a good process because we also have a lot more information than we had them. Chris says, I live in Tennessee. If you want to compare stank, I'll give you a run, Brian the Goober. Well, we have a real sorry array of teams because I'm a Dolphins fan. So we could definitely have a pity party here, and it would be one for the ages. Goazy Car is asking, Brian, which team sucks worse, yours or mine? My pain runs deep and lasts for years. Yeah, Goazy Cards. But at least you've been to the Super Bowl in your lifetime. I know it didn't work out. I know, we don't need to rehash it, but I was definitely rooting for y'all against the Steelers back in the day. Was that like 2009, 10? I can't remember the exact year, but yeah, definitely been tough. But again, the Dolphins have not won the Super Bowl, won the playoffs in 25 years. They have not won a playoff game, so it's bad. Steven lives in Tennessee too. Nice. Pretty state, very green. Flyfish, what type of head coach does Ward need to succeed? Seems like you need to get Bruce Arians out of retirement. I don't know what Ward needs. It's not what he's been getting. But I don't know. I was high on Ward coming into the year. I mean, I drafted a ton of him. I thought he was like going to be kind of a complete player. He doesn't run nearly as much as advertised, so I don't know. I would defer to some of the ball knowers as far as like specific schemes that would fit him, though. That's starting to get a little out of my depth there. But I hope the book is not written on Ward, because I think he is like a good player, and there's tools, and he has the ethic to get there. I mean, players do make improvements, right? Like it's I don't want to write him off yet. Terrence says, go easy cards. You'll at least have a theoretical end to your suffering. Correction, decades. Oh my God. You'll always have the fumble return for a TD in the Super Bowl. Yeah. Yep. The high water mark of it. That catch, who was it? It was the Steelers toe tap in the end zone that just like looked like there's no way that catch was in bounds. See, I didn't want to go over this. I can't remember. Mike Robb says Cam Ward and Bryce Young Spider-Man meme of horrible top picks. I'm not ready yet on the Cam Ward stuff. Santonio Holmes says Crutches. That's right. Santonio Holmes. Yeah. See, Crutches has a much better memory of me. I remember the play. Couldn't remember who it was, but yeah. Brutal run out for the Cards there, but they're kind of fun. They're kind of a fun team. The Kyler stuff is not fun. I will confess to that. Don't love that. But again, not to bring it back to the Dolphins, but we're kind of in the same boat. We just haven't had the courage to bench Tua, or frankly, we don't have a backup competent enough to end up with like a QB controversy about it. Mac Jones starting QB for Arizona or Carolina next year. I hope it's the Dolphins. Honestly. We got McDaniel, part of the Shanahan scam system. We saw him unlock Mac Jones. Why not us? Why not us? But I don't know. I mean, is Carolina? I guess they're probably going to move off of. Does he get another year? Probably, right? I don't know. I'm really not sure what the vibe in Carolina is. Go AZ Cards. What's worse is my brother married a hardcore Steelers fan. Yeah, that would be so irritating. Steeler fans tend to be pretty boisterous. Like when I've watched games with Steeler fans, they're usually way more into the game than everyone else watching the game. That's been my take. And I used to my one of my roommates was a big Cleveland Browns fan, so we'd go to a lot of like Cleveland Browns stuff. And I did come around to the idea that the Steelers fans tended to be a touch full of themselves. Yeah. Go AZ Cards. Crutches. That name is banned. Sorry. I wasn't going to say it because I would have said it if I remembered it. Brian says, I'm lucky enough to have seen 2 Super Bowl wins for my team, so maybe I'm spoiled. Brian, my favorite NFL memory was the helmet catch game, the David Tyree game. And how sad is that? It's not even my own team. I have 2 favorite football memories. 1 was that. 2 was the Dolphins beating the Bengals to not go winless. It was the last time I ever high-fived my dad. My dad's still alive, by the way. This isn't like a teary story, but like I don't really high-five my dad very much. Genuine, just in the moment, high five. Like we're not going to be winless. Those are my 2 best Dolphins or NFL memories. All right, we got Jacobs, we got Woody Marks, we've got Lad. What do we want to do? I feel like Lad and QJ is a little weird without the stack. What are we doing here? Talk to me, Goose. I don't love the Otten stuff. I'm going to take Baker here. I don't think Kevin was going to take Baker. I could do Baker Otten if Kevin doesn't take Otten. I'm a little cooler on Otten than some. I don't actually love the matchup. Buffalo, I feel like it's pretty tough. Tough on the tight end scene. So we'll see what Kevin does. He takes QJ and Tyler Johnson. So he does leave me Cade Otten here. Part of me just wants to take Tez, but part of me thinks that's a hair cute. You know what? No, we'll do it. We'll do Cade Otten. The volume has been pretty legit. Not my favorite matchup on the planet, but we'll push receiver to the end and see what the room gives to us. Mike Rob says Joe Flacco starts the year with the Steelers, gets traded to Arizona mid. I love the Joe Flacco midseason move, and it's just going to be a part of our lives forever. Kevin says, for the record, Chad Candles QB sniped me, took naked Dak in our first draft together. I joined as the only viewer when he posted in Discord. You know what, Kevin? I also feel like that was like an accident, and it's just led to this rivalry. But yes, Kevin, I mean, you were there. You were there when there were 0 views, so I will always appreciate you there, Kevin. Paulino89, actually, the Dolphins low-key, I think we're missing who you meant. The Dolphins make sense for Miami, unless that's a commentary on the city itself. That the city deserves that team. Arch nemesis, says Kevin. Oh no, Crutches is a Vikings fan, so we can speak of heartbreak. Oh my gosh. Yeah, because it's been a long time for the Vikings as well. I think the Dolphins Super Bowl win, I think their last win was against the Vikings in 73, or I guess it would have been 70. The 73 Dolphins, not 72, I think played the Vikings. But they win in the 80s, like the Purple People era. This was all before my time. But yeah, it's been a while for the Vikes as well. Offsuit, as someone who's lived in both Cincy and Cleveland, nothing is worse than the Steeler fans who travel to away games. They are obnoxious. Yeah, that's been my experience. I don't like to rip on any fan base because Steeler fans watch streams too. But yeah, they are pretty happy to be Steeler fans. Was this high five a solid connection? Yeah, no, Chris, it was just like, I'm like, I don't even want to ever high five him again because that was like the perfect high five. Like it will never top that. Just perfect. Like clap, like you just heard the noise and you're just like, this was a moment. The Dolphins are not going undefeated. This is very exciting. Josta 29 wasn't alive for the 85 Bears, but did get to see Hester's opening kick return for a touchdown. Yep, I do remember the Devin Hester era and his that Super Bowl. That was against the Colts, I think. Wasn't that the Manning Super Bowl? Trying to remember. Chris says, Justin 29, I can tell you about Terry Bradshaw Super Bowl wins. Oh my God. Agree with the Steelers take. Yeah. All right. Good. Oh my gosh, I got behind here. I met Mac Jones. Okay. I thought you might have met that, but Mac Jones to the Dolphins. And you know what's going to happen is it'll actually come true. And then I will, and I'll be like, oh my God, I can't believe I ever wanted this guy because he stinks. Brian says, my only complaint about the helmet catch is Joe Buck totally ruined the call on the broadcast. Always bothered me Joe Buck ruined a lot of calls from that era. He's gotten better, but Joe Buck in the like mid 2000s, 2010s was not good. He was always like dead in these like huge moments. So I agree there. And he also got mad at the I'll never forget when Randy Moss did the fake mooning when he celebrated by like pretending to pull his pants down. Joe Buck got all like, this is disgusting. There's no place for that. And I'm like, this is actually really funny. And he didn't like actually pull his pants down. So just chill. Yeah, that was the villain origin story. I sniped Kevin and he's never forgiven me. Yeah. We got it back in Ace Ventura. Dear God. What's funny about that is people actually think the Dolphins lost the Super Bowl on a missed field goal, and we in the Super Bowl they're vaguely referencing, we got blown out by the Niners. Like there was no like missed field goal. They never won. 0-4. Oh, I don't know why I thought y'all had one. So yeah, that's brutal. That is brutal. It was not an accident. You said, I like Dak here. I'll take him naked. I just can't let people push QBs willy-nilly. Well, don't push QBs willy-nilly. Don't push QBs willy-nilly. All right, let's see what we can get here. I mean, I'm pretty into Troy Franklin. That seems fun. Let's see what else is here. Oh, man. Michael Wilson is still here. We could do that. Do we want the low-owned Michael Wilson stuff? I have a lot of Troy Franklin. You know what? Let's do it. Let's do a Michael Wilson bring back here. Why not? Well, why not could be because it's terrible, but I have a fair amount of Troy Franklin. I don't know if I want that to be what my week rises and falls on. And we did get information that Michael Wilson's situation has like materially changed. So, all right, let's see. Kix says, I remember the 85 Bears lost to the Dolphins. I was devastated. Yeah, it was probably annoying because the Dolphins, like, well, the ones that are still alive, like, do a whole big celebration when the last undefeated team loses. So they were very proud of beating the 85 Bears, and I could see why people didn't like the Finns because they were pretty, they still talk about that. Go Easy Cards. Any chance you're coming to week 17 in Cincy? Oh, yes. Joe Buck should have stuck to baseball. Yeah. Again, I think he's gotten better. I don't mind Joe Buck now. I don't mind Joe Buck now. I really do think he's gotten better. Quid pro quo, been a diehard Steeler fan for 50 years. I concur, going to Cincy for Cleveland games is fantastic. Oh, yes, see? Yeah, Steeler fans watch teams too. Quid pro quo, you are always welcome here. Steven says, well, I have y'all beat. I remember Max McGee torching the Chiefs when the Packers won the first Super Bowl. My track coach in high school was on that Pack team as a reserve defensive back. Wow, that's pretty sweet. That is pretty sweet. Yeah, that's going deep into the archives there. I do have to say that. The first Super Bowl. Good says Parker Washington has a crazy high projection, but no one wants to click him. Yeah, I don't want to click him either right now. I guess I don't know what they have Jacoby Myers projected at. I think it's a little murky, some of the stuff. If it sounds like BTJ probably won't play, but I thought that wasn't like ruled out yet. So I feel like there's a little bit of like fragility to that projection, but I don't know. Buck redeemed himself with the Atlanta New England Super Bowl call. He was great there. I actually missed the second half of that game live because I was traveling with my wife, and it was halftime, and a group was going on a hike, and I got dragooned into this hike, and I was like, whatever, this is a blowout, who cares? And then I came back and they'd lost, so I actually had to watch that Super Bowl like a month later. Wasn't happy because I don't really like the Patriots. Steven says Joe's dad was a great announcer, Jack Buck. Yep. And I was like, he was called like a Nepo baby for a while there. Kevin, I did not want a Jameis team, but QB went sideways. I'll go over everyone's team. I'm just trying to catch up with chat so I don't end up like 10 minutes behind. Expected to get Flacco or Brissett. Yeah, it is tough. It is tough. Flacco goes in most of these. Brissett is like 50-50. Yeah, that feels like a little bit of bad run out, but honestly, Kevin, I think Theo Jameis is kind of fun. So I don't feel like that was like a bad outcome there. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Crutches on that Parker Washington projection. I was 15 then during that first Super Bowl. 85 Bears won the Super Bowl. Yes, right, but they didn't go undefeated. Was the point. So the 72 Dolphins like to be like, we're the best team ever. They actually had to play a road game in the playoffs. Little trivia. The playoff seeding was weird back in the day, and they actually had to play a road game in Pittsburgh, even though they were undefeated. All right, let's look. I almost clicked this off, and then I'll never see it again. Let's see what Kevin did. CMC, Aaron Jones, T. Higgins, QJ, Theo, and Winston. Yeah, this is a good team. I wouldn't complain about this at all. My team: Josh Jacobs, Ladd McConkey, Woody Marks, Baker Mayfield, Cade Otton, and Michael Wilson. Yeah, so the big choice for me was, did I take Tez Johnson here, or did I take a tight end? J-Dubs, almost, I would have gotten the double stack. I needed one more receiver to go, but Mr. Worth denied me the Baker double. I would have taken that there. Goods, he goes JSN, Kyron Harvey, Stafford, Worthy, Firemuth. So he goes for the somewhat uncommon Stafford-Kyron connection. I don't hate that. Again, with QB going unstacked as often as they do in a dog bowl, I think this is live. You're catching potentially a lot of touchdowns there. Pretty good game environment. So big game stack. I like what Goods did there, and his bet on tight end is the Firemuth bet. I feel like people are airing Firemuth over Jonnu, just kind of anecdotally in these drafts. We did have a no badger in this room who built a perfectly coherent team there. Nothing too much of note. What did Pat Moore do? Jamar Chase, Derrick Henry, DK Metcalf, Kyle Pitts, Tyrone Tracy, and Joe Flacco. So Kevin didn't get Flacco because the Metcalf Chase drafter took him. Yeah, you can't fault them too much. Their other QB options was to make it a Aaron Rodgers team, which I feel like is a little bit less done than the Flacco stuff. Mr. Worth goes Warren, Allen, Judkins, Ted McMillan, Colston Loveland, and Tez Johnson. Nice team there. No need to stack Allen. And then we'll look quick at Buster's boys because we know he's good. Jefferson, Chase Brown, Zay Flowers, Herbert, Dobbs, and the Fannin bet. So it goes 3 wide receivers and an unstacked Herbert. So again, just projection projection jamming. Aaron JH, he hangs out in here. So in case you're in here lurking, James Cook, Drake London, Rhonda Gadsden, Jordan Addison, JJ McCarthy, and Schultz. So again, wonder if he would have taken Herbert with Gadsden, probably, but Buster's Boys did not let that happen. Ends up with the Addison McCarthy stack and goes double tight end. Schultz and Gadsden, very interesting there. Don't see that too often. Oh, no worries, Tim J. Yes, yeah, Chris, that was what I was referencing. Was they prevented them from going undefeated, although the 85 Bears are still in that like best team ever conversation. Need one in DBQ. All right, let me see. Let's see if we're in. We're waiting for 11. Waiting for 8. I'm okay. I don't know if people saw that and everyone aped it, or I was just slow on the draw. I'm gonna hop out of that. I'll do one. I'll do a main BR, and then maybe we'll do one more dog bowl. So we will see. Need one more, and you hop over. I see what you're saying. So that was accidental, the double tight end. I know you know what you're doing, so I didn't want to be like, oh, I wouldn't do this. This is bad. But I'm like, oh, I don't know. I doubt that was intentional. So, yeah, generally double tight end can be pretty thin on these. So we're in at the 3, and we got Josta at the 6-7. Chips, Skylark, big Discord booster out there in the Discord streets. I don't know if they hang out here at all, but you know, Chip is a somewhat legendary figure out there in the wilderness. Emo Cowboy, GM to you, appreciate you. Grinder of both wicks. I mean, you gotta keep moving forward here. You gotta keep moving forward. Emo Cowboy, appreciate you so much. Absolutely sub to the Toxic Tower, by the way. They're getting close to 500 subs. They're doing a giveaway at 500, so make sure you check that out. Chip more infamous than legendary, in your humble opinion? Well, opinions may vary. Infamous people watch streams too, as the saying goes. So we don't want to alienate anyone. Just timed out, distracted by work. Yep, many such cases, Aaron J. But hey, there's a chance Schultz sits. Like, he had cropped up in the midweek, so maybe you just stayed on the clock and it's the flex. So who knows? It could end up working out. All right, so we took CMC. I've been taking a ton of Jacobs here. I'll do something different just because you all probably don't need to watch me build 65 Josh Jacobs teams. I can do that on my own time. Just know if you see me in the streets, I probably shouldn't tell you I'll do this, but I'm just gonna take Josh Jacobs. So going to be heavily overweight on Jacobs this week. I have been trying to not take him and push him to 8, 9, 10. He just never actually makes it there. Infamous is a compliment in my world. I love Chip. Yeah, no, I knew what you meant. I knew what you meant. You are not one to like the boring Emo Cowboy. Good luck this week, says Go Easy Cards. I'm rooting for everyone who hasn't punched a DBQ yet. Math, Brian, Emo, etc. Yeah. I mean, as long as I get one of those seats, 2 of those guys can get in. That sounds great to me. But no, truly, there are a lot of awesome people who put in a lot of work and create content and spend time. And so I definitely hope a lot of those guys get there. Especially Math, Brian, and Emo. That'd be amazing. Buck St. Thomas, dear God. Easy to take Jacobs with site credits, Mr. Qualified. These are real American dollars, Mr. Buck St. Thomas. I am not a site credit bro. Now, that said, would I become a site credit bro? Absolutely. This is not some principled stand. This is simply that I am not of that level yet. So, Sicko Dank, you don't need a ticket. First of all, Sicko Dank, thanks for coming in, hanging out. Secondly, didn't you qualify? Didn't you qualify with some crazy team? Or did you win the BR? Now I can't remember. But Sicko Dank, thanks for coming in, hanging out. I know you had a big score. I don't know why I thought you were I thought you'd qualified. Yeah, Emo Cowboy saying hello to Buck. Buck, legendary character. Pete's people barely even know this was Pete's video editor. Now he's his own institution. Many people are saying, I'll pull the board up so people can see what's going on here. We went Jamar Chase, Rashee Rice, James Cook. And do we want to make this a Mahomes team? That might be kind of fun. We could potentially try to push Mahomes. It'll all depend what JP Baconator does. He doesn't have the world's greatest options at quarterback. I'm going to take Gadsden here and say that if Mahomes goes, maybe we make this a Herbert Gadsden team. So let's do a Rondé Gadsden. That Q tag business is phony baloney, and I will look to make this Mahomes. If Mahomes goes, we will take Herbert. Yeah, infamous character pool. Absolutely. Oh, another ticket. Okay, Sicko Dag. That's what I thought. That is what I thought I was gonna say. But yeah, congrats. Looking forward to meeting you out there in KC. I saw you in the winner's circle. So great stuff there. Be pretty cool if you got a second ticket. So absolutely good luck this week in those streets. Emo Cowboy. Buck is the classic Chang of Community bit character that overtakes the older, bigger star of the Chevy Chase. Yeah. Buck is Buck is growing his empire. He also, for those who really don't know, was the Slappy Drafter artist. So I mean, that is truly a niche claim to fame, but it should go mainstream. Many people are saying, hey, I'm glad that you enjoy the early streams, Sicko Dank. I appreciate doing these. They're so fun to do with everyone. So thanks for that. Yeah, Buck. Buck is my other arch nemesis, says Kevin. All right. Before we get to two people need quarterbacks after me, so I'm not going to push quarterback any further. And then maybe we find a fun scroll at running back to end the team. Buck will take Chang all day. Crutches can wait to get 3 tickets this week and get 4th place in. We almost had that with was it Awin? Like Awin almost had that where he got his 3rd ticket and then like a 4th. Like he was littering that leaderboard. He had like 2 or 3 more in the top 10. So yeah, that could be you this week, Crutches. I said I was going to scroll, and then I'm just going to take Woody Marks. I know that's like not very exciting. I like this team. I think this team is fairly well constructed. I don't feel like I have the great need to scroll just to scroll. This team ends up being Jamar Chase, Rashee Rice, James Cook, Rondé Gadsden, Pat Mahomes, and Woody Marks. Josta, let's see what you built. Jacobs, Jefferson, Kittle, Rome Odunze, Aaron Jones, and JJ McCarthy. So a little bit of an overstack with Jefferson, Jones, McCarthy on this team. The infamous Chip, what does he do? CMC, Josh Allen, Igbuka, Chase Brown, Travis Kelce, and T. Higgins. So he takes 2 Bengals there, but has a Josh Allen team. So there you go. 6 players on his team. Let's see what the Dog Bowl is at. Let's see what it's at. All right, waiting for 2. We will hop into that. All right, and I'm going to try to update the timestamp, although I missed the EBQ and BR. I missed the BR timestamp, but I think most people probably just skip to the Dog Bowls. All right, oops. DBQ3. So we'll probably run this, maybe one more after that, but we might end up getting out of here after this draft. We'll see how it goes. We will see how this goes. All right. Oh my gosh. We're missing. Oh my God, I got the 1.1. We got the 1.1. It happened. I'm putting CMC in the queue just in case something weird happens here. Buck says, one man's niche is another man's notch. Stay woke. Buck is full of wisdom that I don't fully understand, but pay attention. There is wisdom amongst the madness. Go AZ Cards. Would be cool if you punch a second ticket and you get another room and a +2 and +3. Yeah, that would be pretty sweet. That would be pretty sweet. I don't know what happens though. Do you get another room? DraftKings does. I don't know what Underdog does. Crutches updated the ranks. Come and exploit me. All right, so you are in this one. We'll see what your ranks do with the pick 11. Maybe that's where the ranks matter most, because the first is kind of flat. So maybe you'll get to show off the ranks a little. But we'll be taking notes. I'll just take CMC. I won't make the room wait for anything. How many candles did you have to sell to afford that wall artwork? Buck, my wife made that out of just plaster, like quick dry plaster and a canvas. So she made that. She hemmed and hawed over how all those squiggles look, but it was actually very inexpensive. You just get a bucket of quick dry plaster and a canvas at you don't get the canvas at Home Depot. You get the plaster there. So yes, it is not an expensive piece of artwork. Taryn says, I'm so close to putting Sean Tucker in the flex in my one and only FanDuel Millie team. Boy, that Taryn, I mean, I am not going to tell you how to play your one and only FanDuel Millie team. That is not how I would deploy my my capital. But if you've got a feeling, I know more than to tell people to ignore those feelings, because you never know. So that is totally up to you. Emo wants his call up as a +1 part 2. Yeah, that's Emo Cowboy professional +1. No poor man has ever sat amongst such a neutral palette. I need like a better streaming backdrop rather than like the guest room /office. We'll see though. We'll see what that is. Maybe if we get the top 3 in the Dog Bowl, I can spruce it up. Get some kind of Dolphins helmet. Who knows? Buck almost as famous as the best ball brunch porn guy. I feel like I kind of missed that. I know there was a stochastic porn scandal, but I think you're talking about something else. Here, let me pull this up. Wow, Egbuka at 8 from Sicko Dank. Truly. I remember your team. Pete said was kind of a team that a Sicko Dank would draft, and you're living up to that here. A poor man can steal to have good. I like the implication that I stole wall art. Bindles GM chats. Hey, Bindles GM to you. Appreciate you so much coming in, hanging out. One time for rational coaching seems. Oof. Yeah, we know better than to believe in rational coaching here. Yeah, Bindles, the Emo Cowboy Bindle says hello. The less vibrant the color, the more expensive it's white. It's white paint. I don't even know if it was painted. I don't even think it was painted. I think that's the color the plaster dried. I can't remember if she painted over it or not. Truly, made this a while ago. Yeah, Bindle says hello to Emo Cowboy. Yeah, everyone. You know, I believe Mr. Emo Cowboy is a married man, if I'm not mistaken. I know I can't complain. So half of my content is now gone. I don't know what else to talk about in the Discord, and now I can't commiserate with Jewish McCaffrey and Chad Matchkey. So I'm like not even in the club anymore. Hey, Emo Cowboy says good morning to Mr. Bindles. Mine. This ain't Farmers Only. Hey, if Farmers Only wants to sponsor this stream, sure. Chris Burkle, OnlyFans. I don't think so about the Dog Bowl seat too. Yes, Buck. My wife did make that. 1%. That's why I live in Baltimore. That's why I live in Baltimore, Kevin. He's talking about Best Ball Brunch, the infamous X-rated parody, truly hilarious, and he added every big name. Oh, I think I remembered hearing about this, but no one's referenced that one in a while. Chad, you have the vibe of someone who would really enjoy harvesting root vegetables. Is this true? I have never harvested a root vegetable. I don't think I'm opposed to the concept. I have always wanted to go to that place in Arkansas where you can try to find diamonds in the forest. Like you pay a certain amount, and if you find a diamond, you bring it home. I imagine that's kind of like harvesting a root vegetable. Although, like, you know, aimlessly wandering, hoping you find a diamond that you're not going to find. I don't know. They feel spiritually linked to some degree. Yeah, similar concept. Never forget, she was on Adam Thielen. See, I missed all this. Mythology. Thank God it's Friday, brethren. Let's do a fish bonk backstream suit. Yeah, we need more bindles. More bindles in our life. All right, we're up. My gosh, I feel like it's the same thing over here. I feel like it's the same thing. What do we want to do? Maybe we just do CMC, Ladd, Herbert, but then we're not getting another running back, and I don't love that. Yeesh. I'm going to take my guy Marks if I'm fast enough, and then I'm going to decide what I want to do. Part of me kind of just wants to go unstacked Herbert here. Let's risk it. Let's go unstacked Herbert and kind of forego this. Although, like, passing on T. Higgins feels kind of dumb. All right, I'm just going to take T. Higgins. We'll take T. Higgins here. Sorry, Herbert. It would have been fun. But let's do that. Let's go CMC Marks Higgins and then see what we can see here. If the Bitcoin chart doesn't turn around, well, I'll be learning the lost art of forage. Yeah. You'll find me in the forest looking for root vegetables like it's the turnip winter after World War I. Like we're all literally just starving to death. This was the summer of 2024. Gosh, it's not even that long ago. It was a year ago. Emo Cowboy, I completely missed this. You gotta risk it for the biscuit. Yeah, Mathology, coordinate the Cowboys bindles. Gotta make it happen. Emo Cowboy, T versus Pittsburgh could be a tough matchup, but lots of solid QB plays. Yeah, I didn't feel the need to take Herbert there. The one thing is QJ does make it around sometimes, so you can get the like QJ Herbert stack there, which I wouldn't mind having there with like CMC and Marks. But I don't know. I like the Higgins stuff. I don't want to be like totally out on him. And I find myself ending up with more Ladd than maybe I should. Buck asking, when did you get this stock ticker? Oh, this advanced rate tracker down there. It's been there a while. Thanks to BBMDB, it's a lot easier to update than it used to be. But I feel like the people should know. The people are curious. Can't help but notice you didn't include the biggest board. I didn't play the biggest board. I didn't play any biggest board. I didn't include all of them because I felt like it was too clumsy. And like some of them I'm actually doing. Like if I want it to be fancy, I could include the little Dalmatian too, where I have a 36% advance rate. Or the Poodle got 25%. But it's I tried to include the biggest contests is what I was trying to do. But if anyone wants to hear any particular ones, I'm happy to show it. All right, Bindles will be in touch with Mythology. Excellent. Okay, yeah, 2024 was only last year, so that makes sense. All right, so Emo was right. Time flies when you're having fun. Yeah, I'd say dailies have been a lot more fun than the season long stuff. Sure, you did. If I did, it's news to me. I'm pretty sure I didn't play the biggest board, though. I am pretty sure I didn't play the biggest board. Nice. All the RBs directly in my face. You know what's funny, Crutches, is normally I feel like that string happens from like picks 27 to 31. And it just got so close. It got so close to you. And they just all, yeah, with Judkins, Harvey, and Swift, and you needing one to get there. These rooms are so sweaty. I don't think I went over everyone in the room. We got Hot Z Sauce at the 2, Pat Moore at the 6, Patrick Barnes the 7, Sicko Dank the 8, Mr. Worth the 9, Goods the 10, Crutches the 11. I know JP Baconator is a big high volume player. I don't think I know them though. But if you are in the room and want me to look at your team, happy to do it. Let's see what I guess we can start looking. What did Crutches do? Rashi Rice, Josh Allen, Gadsden, and Shakir. So we'll see how he lands the running back plane there. But team makes a lot of sense. Alan Shakir, I guess not as worried about Shakir as some people were yesterday. He's a guy that I do like as far as my receiving option in Buffalo. I think I have like 2 shares of Keon Coleman that I'm kind of like, when he has this inevitable like 5.2 points, I'll be kind of annoyed, but I can tell myself it's leverage now. Let's see. Quid pro quo. Back to the options grind. Was going to draft an all-Steeler team to crush everyone. One of those days, I'll get that 8-second lag just right. Thanks for the morning show. Hey, Quid pro quo. Appreciate you coming in. Glad you're having a good one. Best of luck today on this Friday, especially out there grinding the options streets. So Pat Moore Poker definitely making a little stand on Tracy. Reasonable chance he didn't come back to him with how Steady and K-Park both don't have running backs. So theoretically, as many as 4 running backs could go before him. But if you have a QB and tight end, then why wait? If you do have something lined up, if he's looking to make one of his stacks, those QBs go kind of late. So, but yeah, interesting to see Tracy at 43 here when he does go undrafted some of the time. Let's see with the room. Wow, Rashad White made it pretty far. So Stafford, QJ would have ultimately made it to us here. Kinda. I don't have much Romeo Dobbs. I'm a little bit intrigued by it. So let's grab a Dobbs share. And you know what? I don't think I have like Flacco. Why not? If I'm ever going to do a Flacco team, let's do it. Let's do Flacco and Higgins here. Let's do Flacco Higgins. The Jamar Chase drafter still needs a quarterback. So Flacco, there's a good chance Flacco doesn't come back because their other option was Detective Davis Mills or then some other unstacked or late stacked. So we're going to give it a go here. We're going to give it a go. Uh-oh. Oh, Crutches wanted Tracy. My play all week. Was it Tracy? Reaching on Tracy is my play. All right, well, this makes me feel better because for those of you who don't know, I put out a video called The Scrolls of Wisdom. It did as talking about some low-owned options and talked about Tyrone Tracy. Cooled a little bit on him when it was Jameis instead of Russ, but still think he's absolutely live in the 12 persons. I've taken a couple shares of him, maybe more than a couple. I think like maybe 4-ish. But I do like him as a late option, and now Pat Moore is taking him and Crutches is taking him, so makes sense. Morning King, hey, Lay the House RM GMTU, Lay the House RM, one of the better ones in the sports betting streets. It still has a limb team, so absolutely best of luck to you, Lay the House RM. Pat Moore is martingaling until it hits. So he goes Theo Johnson there. So he's got Theo Johnson and Tyrone Tracy. So a little bit of a bet on the Giants there. I would have taken Theo Johnson. I think would have been my preferred last tight end du jour on this team. But we'll see what we get. We'll see what we get. Patrick Barnes YouTube gets the Mahomes worthy stack, so worthy goes in this one. Crutches says, can't martingale if I didn't play the dud weeks but was in it for the flop lag weeks. Yeah, that's the worst. When you like play Shaheed every week and then you don't play him the week it hits. So all you've done is pay into the Ponzi scheme and you didn't get rewarded when it hit. A big fall for QJ going all the way back to Mr. Worth there. I think that's pretty nice. QJ at 57 after getting taking Herbert there. All right, let's see what the ranks tell Crutches to do. They say stay on the clock. And take Bucky Irving. So it does seem highly unlikely that Bucky plays, but this should give Crutches some optionality for his running back there. Unless Crutches has some information I'm not privy to on Bucky's injury status. All right, Jonnu goes. So we see a Jonnu Rodgers variant of the team there. We've seen Rogers, Firemuth a couple of times, and Parker Washington. So it says, fragility be damned. I am taking Parker Washington here. All right, Goods is up. So Crutch's team ends up being Rashee Rice, Josh Allen, Oronde Gadsden, Khalil Shakir, Bucky Irving, and Parker Washington. So he should have the primary choice of running back swap. Lets him gather a little more information before making that decision. That makes a lot of sense. Goods, he goes Dowdle, Jefferson, Swift, Odunze, McCarthy, and Schultz. Crutch says, well, he projects as a third, fourth rounder in the sixth. I don't care about the fragility. Makes sense. And yeah, he definitely is one of the nicer late round clicks here because, yeah, even worst case scenario, he's probably as good as these other options down there. Mr. Worth ends his team with BTJ, Sicko Dank. We haven't looked at his full team in a bit. Egbuka, Vidal, Judkins, Baker, Andrews, and Ricky Pearsall. So the low-owned Ricky Pearsall, we'll see what kind of workload he has, but kind of fun there. This draft, we have both Firemuth and John Ugo. So Firemuth certainly was in contention for me as far as a potential bring back. This will not be a Firemuth team. What is still here? Loveland, Fannin, Musgrave. So I actually thought about making this a Love team and going Love, Dobbs, and Musgrave. That will not be happening. I'm kind of thinking of taking Noah Fant here. I'm kind of thinking of going a Flacco double with Higgins and Fant. I don't know if that's too vile. If Fant really has no ADP and I'm the only idiot with Fant in this contest, I will be the only idiot with Fant in this contest. So we'll give him an ADP here. I don't know. Could be fun. Joe Flacco double. No one's doing it. No one's doing it, at least with Higgins and Fant. And it could be because it's terrible, but we're gonna try something here. We're gonna believe in something. So the team is CMC, Woody Marks, T. Higgins, Romeo Dobbs, Joe Flacco, and Mr. Fant, Noah Fant. I think I went over everyone's teams here, but yeah, this was awesome. This was a fun team. This was a fun draft. Maybe got a little sweaty. You could definitely argue that someone like Loveland or Musgrave or Fannin makes more sense, or even Knox, but I don't know. A little Flacco double at that ownership seems kind of fun. Justice says believes in Fant, but not Yoshi Boss. Yeah, well, you could see the conviction with which I made that Fant click. Crutcher says Keon double stack was the other option, but man, yeah, I don't disagree. Every time I've clicked Keon Coleman, I just see myself scrolling through all my teams that are at the bottom and seeing a bunch of Keon Coleman teams. Chris Burkle, 77 of 96 Lim teams have JT. Wow. So it means if you ran into a non-JT team, you got pretty unlucky. All right. This was fun. I'll do one more BR and then get on out of here. We'll do one more main BR, but appreciate all of you. This one filled. All right. I was hoping to get in with some of you all, but if you can, drop a like, drop a sub. This was awesome drafting with all of you. Oh, look. Oh, look at this. Look who is in the room. Davis Maddock. Is he holding a newborn? Oh, huge congrats, first of all, to Davis and the family. So glad to hear that everyone is healthy and doing well. But pretty awesome to see Davis there. Oh, Izzy. This is the first post baby BR I've been in the room with Davis. So congrats to him on a well-earned content break. But actually, I say that, and I think he updated his Patreon yesterday, so he's still working for the people, Davis there. But we see him in there. Tim J, I have 3 teams this week, most ever for me. Kind of FOMO'd watching you and Pete yesterday. Yeah, and the DBQ, it's tough. I mean, it adds up. It adds up fast, but we've definitely seen some players qualify without going in super high volume. So best of luck, Tim J. The 12-person drafts are really fun, and I'm really hoping that they expand the 12-person offerings, because I don't know. I find them very interesting. Like, you have a lot of really fun choices, and getting sniped actually like kind of means something. I'm gonna take Jacobs there. See what Davis does. Whereas if you get sniped in the 6 persons, you're just taking somebody else that's like kind of an awesome player. All right, let's do Jacobs, and what do y'all want to do? We'll do a Justin Jefferson team. Sure. We'll do Jacobs Jefferson. Pull the board up. So Davis, he went Puka McBride. Kind of anticipated that. I was hoping for one of them, but you know, they work at the top of the ADP, and they make a lot of sense this week. Don't think I recognize the other people in the room, but yeah, I'll be back on Monday, same time, 8:30 a.m., and we will get right back into it. Did you see Lamar Jackson rated most overrated? Pop off week for the haters. Big mistake. I did not see that, Terrence. I did not. I didn't. Who put that? Who put that out? Oh, one more for DBQ. I think I got to hop after this. I think I got to hop, or I would do it. I got some stuff I got to do around the house before the weekend, because I'm largely single coverage with the kiddo. My wife has a bunch of work stuff and she's got to do over the weekend. So if I don't like have the house in order, I will. My head will be through that painting that art my wife made probably. Thanks, chat. Yo, thank you all. Thank you all. It is so much fun to do these. All right. Lee 1215 I'll save you. I'm back and took the DVQ spot. Thanks, Pat. Yeah. Also, everyone, feel free to shout when contests need filling. It does because it sometimes can be hard. And I know we got a lot of active people in here, so don't feel like you can't say if a contest needs some stuff. I'll take Nico here. I like that this week quite a bit. Detective Davis Mills just loves throwing to him. All right, let's see. We're going to need a quarterback. He's going to take Mahomes, right? Doesn't Davis take Mahomes with Rice? No, he doesn't have Rice. You know what, Terrence? This is for you. I'll take Lamar. We'll buy your bit. We'll buy your your thesis. We get angry Lamar in the 4th round. Let's do it. Love the streams. Hey, Lay the House Sorry. I really appreciate that. It means a lot. Thanks so much again. Still live, Ask Best Ball Alec. Let's go. Yes, we are still live. This is the last draft of the day, though, so I will be calling it here. But yeah, no, we're gonna make it a little under 2 hours, I think. But so much appreciate all of you. Pat Moore, Drew the Dreaded 2. Still no CMC. Yeah, I know. Now that I got one on stream, I'm not allowed to complain. But I think I only got 2 CMC teams, and I'm probably not going to do all that many more dog bowls. Maybe I'll do a couple before the contest closes, because sometimes I think before the contest closes is your best shot to get ADP value. So I will be trying to get in some of those and try to get some different pairings, because it does feel like getting a lot of the same teams, as people are just like truly reluctant to give anything. All right, so we got Lamar, Jacobs, Jefferson, Nico. What do we want to do as far as landing the plane? I feel like I just prefer Andrews to Likely. I'm going to queue up Andrews, but I'm not going to take him. Not that it matters, because Davis can't take another running back, and we're going to take a running back here. I don't have very much Kyron, but maybe I should just grab Kyron. This is a little bit unimaginative of a team. We'll just grab Kyron. Davis has to go QB wide receiver anyway, so it didn't matter what order I took them in. But we'll land the plane with a Mark Andrews share. Although, I could make the Fannin bet. I could take Njoku. I don't know. Justice says goal line stand 12-man should start week 13, $15 entry. Very excited for 12-man without 50% rate. Yes. Yes, it is completely unsustainable to play these if you don't get a seat. They are so expensive with how much goes to the Dawg Bowl stuff. All right, so this team ends up being Jacobs, Jefferson, Nico, Lamar Jackson, Kyron Williams, and Mark Andrews. Davis went McBride, Puka, Chase Brown, DeAndre Swift, Matt Stafford, and Rome Odunze. So he gets the Stafford Puka stack. Makes a ton of sense. But everyone, I had an awesome week with you all. Thank you so much. It has been so fun. If you can, drop a like, drop a sub, leave a comment. That helps so much. But I will be back next week, 8:30 a.m. I'll see you all on Discord. I'll see you all in the lobbies. But best of luck. Take care, everyone.